Some of the rumors that Onana may not start this match, eh?
Yeah, man, I won't mind.
And then Altay
It's
Benyinda.
it's about time we see what that keeper's all about, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess if he's going to be dropped, I think they're going to. It's because he's playing Galatasaray, and
Yeah.
because he knows, um,
Yeah.
he knows what's up.
But
But
Galatasaray have got a good squad, eh?
a very good squad.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to be problematic for us. Like, I am
Yeah.
worried about this game. If our boys don't get our act right, whoa, D.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone. We just forgot ourselves. Welcome back to the match preview. This is the Glory Reds FC. I'm with my boy, Pastor D, in the building. What's good, my guy?
What up?
Forgot
All is well,
ourselves,
my guy.
Forgot ourselves.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. We got in the moment, eh?
Got caught in the moment. But yeah, we are always talking football.
Yeah.
We are always chatting football, and like let's just dive into it. Let's just continue.
Yeah. All right.
This team, Galatasaray. We are going to go up against our old boy, an old boy United. He always likes to show up against us. Wilfred Zaha.
Is he fit to play?
He's been scoring. He just scored his first goal recently. I've been keeping tabs on him. I keep on tabs on a lot of players that have left either the Premier League or whatever that I liked. And because he's also a United boy, I don't know. I've just been following Zaha. I just feel like he's one of the players that, I kind of feel bad he's not with us. What an asset we would have had he continued at the club. But I understand the times. We're not going to dwell in that. However, he just got his first goal. He's feeling good. I don't know if his first goal or second goal. He has maybe an assist there and then, Yana. He's looking good. That team is looking good.
Yeah, heavy hitters in that team.
Heavy hitters. Hakim Ziyech, Dries Mertens, Wilfred Zaha, Mario Icardi. Another striker that has been forgotten, but a deadly one nonetheless.
Yep.
He has got an eye for a goal. So, my guy, let's get into it. What are your thoughts? Did you see the manager's press conference?
Yeah, I saw the manager's press conference. So I think one thing we can confirm is that we're going to have Amrabat playing left back again. Seems Reguilon is not fit to start. We got further news on Lisandro Martinez. That's going to be out for like the next 2 to 3 months because he's undergoing surgery. So that's not good news. Yeah. On some positive news, journalists tried calling out Anthony, Eric Ten Hag, saying that how do you feel starting a player that has, allegedly, abused a female, etc.
Yeah.
And Ten Hag came out and said, "Look, man, I'm paraphrasing, eh?
Yeah.
He says, yeah, man, there's no case. The case was dropped. What? Again, I'm paraphrasing, right? But basically just alluded to, like, he's innocent. Well, he's currently innocent. He hasn't been found guilty of any crime. So until that happens, he's back. He's cooperating with the authorities.
Exactly.
And he may... Yeah. Exactly, So we may see Anthony back into the team. And funny to say, I'm actually quite happy.
Man, you have no idea. Like, we have been on his throat. We get it. But, man, it feels kind of good having Anthony back. I'm not saying that it's going to give us a 5-star performance, but we need a little bit of maturity. We need that extra. Like, we know what he's capable of, even though he's not yet found his form. But this is Champions League. Champions League brings out brings out the best in some players, because you look at that Bayern Munich game that we played, our first game, man, we could have been smashed even more, but somehow we brought in some character, a little bit of class and experience from Casemiro to bring us back 2 goals, a little bit of that. And I feel like with our individual players, like to sustain us. If we are going to continue playing or have the same attitude that we have, I think the only thing that's going to keep us afloat in the Champions League is the experience of some of the players. Some of them have won the Champions League. Mason Mount, Casemiro, Rafael Varane. Onana not yet, but he's come close. They have that experience being in the Champions League. So I'm thinking that is the whole idea in this. However, we were talking about Altay Biende, and there are rumors. Can you elaborate? Can we go in that?
Yeah. So the rumors are out that Altay may start this game and Onana may sit out for this match. Right now, like I said, it's a rumor. Like, it hasn't really been confirmed that he's going to be sitting out for the match. And I think it's obviously more difficult to determine because it is a home match, so we don't know which team is currently available. It's not like the Bayern match where the team had to travel to Germany. So we know who got left behind and we knew who was not going to start definitely. But it makes it a bit complicated because, the team hasn't been released, so to say. Who's going to be in the squad, who's not going to be in the squad. But I honestly believe it's just spin from the media.
Yeah.
Because of, how he started the season, his recent form, the goals of considered 11 goals, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In total. So I think it's just the media just, spinning up some story just to, sell papers. But other than that, I still believe that Onana will start in this match, and I'll actually be surprised if he does get dropped. Yes, we want to see Altay play. You know what I mean? We want to know what he brings to the team, but definitely Onana was brought in as our number one pick. So, and it wouldn't make sense for him to be dropped in such an important match. Going up against this Galatasaray team, which is very good, like we mentioned. Hitters, and they're definitely playing way better than we are playing. So I think it would be the wrong move to chance Altay now in the starting 11 and rather go with Onana. And like you said in the previous podcast, we always hope for that turnaround game. This could be his turnaround game where he can show us those goalkeeping defensive attributes that he has and that people have been talking about, to say, look, yes, he's been leaking in goals, but actually he's a good shot stopper. But unfortunately, we haven't had the opportunity to see it. So maybe this is the game that we're going to get the opportunity to see it, because I think, like a lot of Man United fans, I don't think anyone really watched Onana before he came to Man United. We've just seen highlights, clips here and there, seen a couple of stats from some blogs, website, apps, and we sort of want to see, what all these stats are showing us. We want him to back the stats. So we can't say for certain that we can't agree to the fact that, oh yeah, he's a good shot stopper. Dave showed us over so many years, and that's why we can come forward and testify for him and say, yeah, we know what he's capable of doing, but we don't know what Onana is capable of doing. We know he's good with his feet. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's up to him to prove to the United fans, to prove to the British media, to the world that, look, I'm just as a good shot stopper as I am good with my feet. So, crossing fingers, maybe this can be the game where he turns things around.
For me personally, I wouldn't mind. I won't be surprised if Onana is dropped. I want him to be dropped. Solely for the fact that, here's the thing. Here's the tricky thing about this whole thing. Because you want to bring your second choice goalkeeper. You wanna bring him in a game that's not very difficult or whatever it is, depending on how the profile of goalkeeper we've bought. We don't know if we have a gem in there. We don't know if we have a Manuel Neuer-esque goalkeeper. We don't know. And when are we ever going to know if we don't play him? So these rumors, I mean, I get where they might be coming from, because we bought this guy from the Turkish league. He might, maybe there's that whole thing. You know how we like to, football has this tendency of always trying to, if a player is from a certain league, they'll play him just because he was there, or if a player played against another team, played for another team.
Yeah.
You just play him and that kind of stuff. So if is the situation, then honestly, I personally want to see what this goalkeeper is all about. Like I've seen, like you said, even Onana, we didn't know much about him. We did watch him in the Champions League final. We watched him in the Champions League final again with Ajax. We saw what he's capable of. We played against him. I think even the Europa, when we won it with Jose Mourinho, Onana, we watched those games. He was not too bad, but he leaks goals. We brought him, like you said, just because he's good with his feet. What if Altay Biende is a proper shot stopper, like a David De Gea-esque shot stopper, and good with his feet, or okay with his feet? So I would like to see him, because I don't know when we're going to play him again. Like when, which other opportunity? Because what's the point? Why did we go through all this process? Why did we bring in? Why did we get rid of David there? Why did we have the keeper situation if we're not going to use this player? So
True.
I understand if he does start, cool, all well and good. I'll be happy with it. If Onana starts, I'll be like, hey, okay, cool. I will already resign myself to knowing that we will concede a goal. We might. With Altay, it's that thing of the unknown. I just don't know.
Yeah.
He could go, because it's his first game, he could be a worldie. He could change the fans' opinion and say, hang on a minute. So this guy has been sitting on the bench all this time. Can you make that make sense? How did this goalkeeper just have a worldie against Galatasaray? Because mind you, Galatasaray are they might come there today and we might whoop them. Then Onana being in the team is justified. That could happen. Yeah. But again, things can turn. These guys can come at us. And then Onana is leaking these goals. Then Altay Biende is there. They turn on us. And then he does the business. And then changes everything. So I want to see our new goalkeeper. I'm not entirely sure if it is okay for him to start this game, considering the stakes and everything. But when are we going to see him if he's not going to play? And I get not throwing him into the deep end, especially because this game we need to win. And we are in this twilight zone where we are like, we know Onana is going to fucking concede goals. If our defensive is not now, we're going to concede goals and we're not going to score. So so this is where my head is at. Like, this is where I am just stuck and just thinking what's going to happen. I really don't mind him playing because it's the unknown. If he goes in there and then flops, then it's be like, okay, big mistake. We've learned from it. Now, I don't know if we need to keep on going through mistakes. I don't think so, because we can't afford it. So there's no time to gamble. We need to keep it straight. So I think the most obvious is just sticking with Onana, because he's the one that has a better experience with the team that's there. So
exactly.
Man.
It's tough. And the weird thing about it is, like you said, if Altay does start and he does have a worldie, it's still going to boil down to the fact that Ten Hag wants a ball-playing goalkeeper. Because if Altay has an amazing start, right, and he benches Onana, and he's not a good ball-playing keeper, but is a good shot stopper, then it's like, then why did you get rid of Dave? If at the day you're still gonna default back to, you understand? So Ten Hag has sort of like shot himself in the foot with the Onana thing.
He has.
Because Onana has to make it work.
Yeah.
For Ten Hag to prove his point.
Yes.
He can't go back on his word, because Ten Hag can't go back on his word and be like, okay, I need a shot stopper. Then it's like, then you get rid of Dave. You understand what I mean? And then for the whole season, he looks like an idiot, starting Altay and then benching Onana. So I think just for that reason alone, he's just going to start Onana come, water comes, rain, sunshine, whatever.
Yeah.
He's going to start him, regardless. And then we'll probably see Altay in the Carabao and you know what I mean, these other competitions. But yeah, for now, it's Onana through and through.
Rashi, does he need to be benched? I know he won't be benched. And Rashi might go and pull a worldie this game.
That's the thing. And it's going to annoy me. I think United is the only club where when players perform well, we get annoyed.
Yeah. We get upset. We're like,
we get upset.
Why did you do it?
Why?
Why?
Why did you go score a goal? Why?
You're doing it now. Screw you. Screw you and your
Where was this against Crystal Palace?
You're bringing it. Do we need it now? Yes, we do, but we need it. We needed it, bruh. We get so upset. Happy
for
but
players
upset.
doing well. Happy but upset. But yeah, man, Rashi's definitely going to start. Sorry, he's definitely. But before we get on to what you call this team prediction, because we're sort of like leaning into that conversation, I just want to mention something real quick because I'm looking at the Turkish league, and Galatasaray and Fenerbahce are sitting at the top of the league, right? With Fenerbahce played. No, the difference is 2 points. So Fenerbahce sitting at the top, first place, played 7, won 7. Galatasaray played 7, won 6, drew 1. So they haven't lost the game so far this season. They haven't lost the game. So that's what we're up against. We're up against a very organized team,
bro.
You know, doing very well in the domestic league. I don't know what the score was in their first Champions League game. Who did they play?
They drew Copenhagen 2-2.
2-2, but they're scoring. The takeaway from that is that they're scoring goals, and we are not. You know what I mean? And in their domestic league, they have scored 14 goals, right? And have only conceded 4. We have scored 7 goals and conceded 11.
Da puta.
11.
Fila da puta. Imagine that shit. What?
Can you see the difference there?
So that
they're more defensively sound than us, and they're more attackingly sound than us as well. Right? So this is not going to be a walk in the park match. This is not going to be some, hey, we're playing Galatasaray Turkish League. No way. This is going to be a very competitive match, given the current state of United.
Yeah.
And then looking at how they're playing currently, looking at the players, looking at the form, looking at it, basically everything considered, is not going to be an easy match. And with that being said, I think now we can get into the predicted starting 11. Now that we know what we're up against, right? So go ahead, man.
So
I don't even know why I'm laughing.
I just went to a default first 11 just based on and
who is available.
Yeah, and how the manager has been trying to set up since the beginning. However, the only change that I made was Martial. So at the back, obviously, I put Onana, right back Dalot, Varane, and Lindelof, and then Amrabat.
Okay.
And then in the midfield, Kase and Mount with Bruno up top, Anthony on the right, Rashford on the left, and then Martial up top. I would really like to see Martial start this game. I think he will have a much more impact. He needs to be given enough time to actually work his way. That's all I am saying. So whether he starts at 45 or in the second half, he comes in at 60 or even 55 to come in and change. He needs a little bit of running and trying to get into the game because Martial can really make things tick for us. So I wanted to go with Martial instead of Højlund. Not taking anything away from Højlund because Højlund finds himself in the right places. He reminds me of Nunes' first season at Liverpool. He's just always at the right position, always finding himself there, just wasn't connecting. And he's just the same. I feel really bad for him. You know, he's really putting in a shift in Yana, but like he could really get a lot. And then there was another thing that I kind of noticed about Højlund, which was a little bit of a concern, but we will see. I felt like he was I don't want to say that he's sort of getting the voodoo the Manchester United dressing room has, where it brings down a player's performance. But there was a moment in that Crystal Palace game where I felt like Højlund could have taken some shots that he should have taken opportunities as a striker. There was one where he did,
yeah.
and I was like, no, you're the striker. Be selfish. But there were more moments where he could have even been more selfish and tried to take a shot, and he did it. Often played it safe. And that for me was a concern because I just imagined Martial in those positions, and I'm like, Martial could have done much more better in those positions. In that play, I feel like Martial would have done a quick 1-2-10 spin. Ball is given to him. He's already put it at the back of the net. But he's big Thatcher, and I don't know. He's not. He's not. Like his turn is for me. He's big. He's agile, but it's still not as crisp as Martial. Martial is crisp.
Nah, I get you.
Agile. So I want to see Martial in the starting lineup. I know it won't happen. Might not start.
But
I've gone with Martial. What about you?
Okay. So Onana in goal, the low right back, Lindelof, Varane, our centre backs, Amrabat left back. I'm gonna go with Casemiro. He's gonna start Mount. He's going to start Mount.
Actually,
I want to say Eriksen. I want to say Hannibal. I want to say Eriksen.
There's a huge shout for
he's
Hannibal.
going to, you know what, ne? He's going to start Mount.
He's going to start
He's
Mount.
stubborn like that. He's stubborn like that.
Yo.
So I'm gonna go.
I don't know if you've noticed it. For me,
look, he's been good. I'm not gonna deny it. But I think it would make more sense when we get our left back. And then we have Amrabat, Casemiro, Bruno, and then Mount as the 7. You understand? I think then it would make more sense. But right now in his current position, even though he is ticking, there is some sort of a disimbalance. You know what I mean?
Mislink,
There's a small niggling thing that's happening there. So I'll go Mount, Casemiro, Bruno. The front three. He's definitely starting Højlund. He's definitely starting Rashford. So I don't see. And you know what, ne? I think he's gonna stick with Pellistri.
You think so?
I think he's gonna stick with. I think he's sticking with Pellistri.
I would like that.
And then I think you'll bring Anthony in second half, and I think you'll bring him in very early. I don't think you'll leave it so late. I think you'll leave the Martial substitute until late, regardless of the scoreline. And then we'll definitely see an appearance of Eriksen.
I like it.
It's very rare Ten Hag goes with the... Wait, who are we playing this weekend, by the way, in the Premier League?
Brentford, my guy.
Brentford.
Hey. And Brentford themselves, they're not ticking for their standards, but they're still a little bit...
exactly,
For us,
yes.
Yeah.
But for us, it's a problem. No, I get that.
But
I'll lock in that starting 11. Pellistri.
I like for me, I'm happy with Pellistri getting game time because I'm still seeing him do the decent job. Because either way, I feel like, you know why I keep pushing for Pellistri? I feel like he's been in the club for a while and he should have been, integrate. He was a kid for a while. He played with the kids for a while, went away for a long time. And I just feel like right now it's finally I can get some game time. So whatever game time
I get it.
I am good.
But that's the thing, because now he's overdoing it. Because you can see it when he's playing, he's overdoing it, and he's just lacking that little bit of maturity in his game. Because yes, he's doing all the right things, but it's it's too excessive sometimes. It's chill. You know what I mean? Because as soon as he gets the ball, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but sometimes there's just no point of him making some runs or some plays, but he just does it. You know what I mean? Okay. You get the ball, and you're like, well done. You know what I mean? But you see, then when you did it, the pass early would have been the better move. You know what I mean? Or holding possession would have been the better move. Something else would have been the better move, because when I go down, we need to start thinking, you know what I mean, with clear head. We need to have a proper mindset in everything that we're doing in that final third, and not just collect and run. It makes sense when you're leading, if it's still 0-0, but not when you go down, And for me, it's he never had that intellect of knowing like when to like switch on and off that Pelestri. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just get the Nandale. You know what I mean? It's like calm down. You know what I mean? So and the thing with Anthony is that he has that. Even though he's not doing what we want him to do, like what Pelestri does, Anthony, you can see his game changes during the game. You know what I mean? He's able to know when to switch off, when and where to switch off, like on and off Anthony. You know, whereas Pelestri, he hasn't yet got that yet. It's just good.
If Pelestri starts, I want him to prove you wrong. That's my boy. I love that boy. Yeah. I like what he does. I'm
all for it. I'm all for it.
Like I get the maturity because he needs to control his movement. He doesn't necessarily have to run all the time or try to make this certain times. But that thing that he does where he's like, come on, I'm taking you on.
Yeah.
Let's go. You wanna go to the byline? Let's go, my guy. I'll take you there. I like it. And then he will just give I like it because it keeps those guys on their toes. Because you might think that he might not do anything, and then wang, he just produces a nice pass. And
true, but I mean, if we want to be relying on him, you also don't want him like exhausting himself unnecessarily as well.
Yeah,
you know, because it's always up and down. Because at least with Garnacho, he has that control of sometimes you'll be up and down, sometimes it'll be more controlled. You understand? So I feel like if Pelestri had more of those Garnacho moments, I think he would be more impactful than Garnacho.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then no, let me not get into it. I'll get into it another time. But
get into it. I
wanted to say that Ahmed is like the combination of Garnacho and Pelestri.
Oh.
That's why
Yeah.
He does both.
He does.
He's perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He does.
But you could have dropped that bomb, man. That was a nice one, of course.
Yeah. No, I didn't want to drop it because he's not in contention. Like he's not fit, you know. Yeah. So I just wanted to stick with players that are ready and available to be playing in the team. Yeah. So I didn't want to like really go off topic and speak about players that we're not going to see in a minute.
Okay. So I have something.
Yeah.
I have this little thing that I know might be a little bit of a curveball, but you know, in our defense, I think just in like if you consider the quality of players that we have at our disposal right now, I honestly think Amrabat needs to get into that midfield because I still think Lindelof can hold his own at right back. I think Dalot can just do the job that he has done before because people are praising him. He did well against Arsenal at left back. Even at Portugal, he was playing left back. So I'm comfortable with him being left back. Lindelof, you know he's right foot, and if you're trying to get that balance because you are scared that he might be beaten on the left-hand side, cool, then play him right back. But then because I don't mind Johnny Evans right now. Because if you have Johnny Evans and Varane, I know.
I honestly forgot about Johnny Evans.
And you see what I mean? This is what I was saying, it's going to be a curveball because when you consider if we want to get the best out of Amrabat, Johnny Evans is the least of our concerns. If we put him Maguire in there, obviously we'll be like, hey, Maguire, because Maguire, we have to protect him. It's always protecting Maguire. But you put Johnny Evans, who can hold his own. And I'm not taking a dig at Galatasaray. They're a very good team. But I kind of think that Johnny Evans can kind of do a job alongside Varane. And then we have those guys, Lindelof, Dalot, and then Amrabat
by the flanks.
Be Amrabat in the midfield with Casemiro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
agree with
I wanted to point this out there. I wanted to put it out there so that people know that now we've said this. This kind of makes sense. Like this is how it makes sense, D.
It does.
It really does. Because I think Amrabat is going to be busy today if we play him at left back.
Yeah.
It's going to be very busy. He's going to be focused on the winger that's coming at him. He's going to have to focus on the midfield duties, defending, balls up front. Really?
Where is Hakim from? Aren't they country mates?
Hakim is from Algeria. Morocco.
Algeria.
Yeah.
They are mates, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. He's going to exactly.
Yes.
So, okay, it will make sense because if they're going to say like, hey, Hakim, he's yours.
Yes.
Hakim is going to start and he's on that right that you deal with him.
Yeah.
But if Hakim gets the best of him, that would be because Hakim is deadly. He's deadly.
Yeah.
Deadly. We by all means do not underestimate Galatasaray. If we are going there with our pompous self, thinking that we'll scrape a win or whatever, we are gonna
lay waste to us. They will lay waste.
Yeah.
Like I'm so fearful of this match today. It's like, you know, the funny thing is, I'm actually more worried about this game than I was the Bayern game, because the Bayern you expected it.
Yeah.
This we're going into the unknown. We don't know how bad it's going to be. Like with Bayern, we knew it was gonna be bad. Like we already knew. We already saw a scoreline of +2 goals.
Yeah.
You know, that was this one we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know.
Oh my God.
That's the you don't want to get hit with the 7 or something, fam. Just because we go in there and underestimate them. You know, it's like this Galatasaray. Like, fam.
you remember that season where we played Istanbul Başakşehir, and we went there and then I think we lost like stupidly, and it was the first time we were playing this Turkish team, that Turkish champion. You know, we haven't played Galatasaray in a while, so when we are going into this game, it's almost like they have a clean slate, but at the same time they don't. You know, like it's that unknown that you're talking about. It's like, we haven't played them. We don't know. This is a new opponent.
Yeah.
However, having said that, United just don't fare well with teams that are new or that were played a long time ago. Like if it's like one of these one-off matches, we never fare well. Never.
Remember when we lost to young boys? Young motherfucking boys
playing in artificial freaking turf. Really? Wow.
Yeah, and this match is gonna be something else, man.
You know, United have annoyed me because they've messed up with my rituals. I can't seem to figure out my pre-game rituals. I tried one. I wore the jersey. We got smacked up. I got pissed off. It's not gonna work. This voodoo, it's not gonna work. I need to get it out. So now they keep on with this up and down performances, like making me change my rituals every freaking time. So now I'm at this point where I'm like, I don't need a freaking ritual. Like I'm so annoyed with them.
Indeed.
But if they do give me a good game, I might figure out. I might figure out a ritual. Maybe. I might.
Yeah.
Because I need it. It prepares me mentally for the game. It charges me up so that I can be behind the players. But United being
man. You know, this team
that it is.
This team needs to take you to the breaking point. That's the only time they're gonna turn things around. Like right now we think it's bad. It's not. It's not. You know what I mean? Like it could get worse.
It could.
And United they love taking us to the edge. They love it. They love it when we're at that point where we're about to torch everything that has a Man United badge in it in our homes. Like when we are done, when we have like dusted off our hands and we're like, this is it. You know, I'm done with this. If I see United play, I'm gonna smack them up. That's when they come into. You know what the worst thing is, Ben? They'll turn it around against a team you don't expect them to beat, because when you have had it, and then you'll find it's like United derby, and you're like, I'm not even gonna watch it because the whole thought is gonna go and score a hat trick against us. Exactly.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. You see Scott McTominay, Baba, CR7 McTominay. Out of nowhere, fam.
Ronaldo incarnated.
Ronaldo incarnated. You just see the players doing the things, fam. And it will always be that, like, I don't know how to put like that so gut-wrenching win. It's gonna be that like deep emotional win, fam. Like that win that comes in like the final second of like extra time, and you see the players going mad, the crowd is going mad, like the skies part, like it's theatrical. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole musical event, Ben. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's proper. It's on the papers. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And then United fans just forget about the 11 straight losses that we had, and then all of a sudden, all is well.
The OGs are gonna be like what you said there. Happy but pissed off. Like screw you and your
happy but pissed
because you didn't play well. You played shit. You played cack.
Dude,
took me to the edge of my seat for what?
Dude.
Screw you and your goal. Like you could have buried this game a long time ago. You just took me to heart attack range in order for make your goal. Like, I don't care. Like take that goal and shove it so far up whatever, where the sun don't shine. We don't care. But at the same time, happy because you'll be like, yeah, that's the United way. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. This is what we do. Short-lived. It's very short-lived.
Short-lived, man. But yeah, man.
Reality and be like, yeah, we won, dude. But really?
Exactly.
Like, we just
really like what did we actually win? Strange. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, and then you look at the table and we're still 10th and City's in like we didn't need the win. We can take the loss. It's fine. You know what I mean? It's fine.
Our goal
we didn't need the
healthy. You know, we good.
We good.
Take you 1-0. That you're busy playing about and celebrating. Yeah. Take it. It's fine. It's fine. You need it. It's just going to take you from -2 to -1. Take it. It's fine. Yeah.
Oh man. So what's your predicted score for this game? What's the predicted outcome?
I think it's going to be a draw. I know. Yeah, I went with a draw, a 2-2 draw. I don't know why. That was the first feeling. Like when I just thought about the teams, I just saw a 2-2, and I went with a 2-2. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Maybe I do. I just couldn't like I didn't have the words to like put it at that moment because I'm looking at the way my team is playing. I know what they're capable of. At the same time, I know that they can go and put a dololo performance, you know, and then just scrape by, you know, moments.
Yeah.
So we can go and do that. At the same time, we can go and then take and actually go and smash these guys. Like United, that is the virus. That's the problem that we have. Like they can switch on and switch off. And we just never know when. So that's why I just went 2-2 draw. Because they can switch on and switch off. But what about you?
Yeah. Look, man. There's this thing that some United fans do, which I don't like. And I am going to sort of do it, you know, but I'm not doing it. You know me, so you know I'm not doing it the way other United fans do it. Other United fans will be like, United are going to lose, you know, so that when we do lose, they can be like, I told you.
Yeah, justified.
You know You check what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's no real substance to why they're even saying we're going to lose. It's just them, and you see what I told you, so they can just be that.
Yeah, and they'll ride that motherfucker.
You check what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they know that if we do win, no one's going to care about what they said about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But me personally, fam, I don't see us winning this game.
Yeah.
I don't see us winning this
game. You're spot on, man. I agree.
I honestly, like, I want to be optimistic. I want to be like you and be like 2-2 or gonna win 2-1 or 1-0. I honestly do want to be optimistic. But just looking at everything considered, looking at our squad, injuries, the way we're playing, form, the weather, everything, my guy. Like the refs, VAR, Alice. You know what I mean? Alice. I'm like, there's no way we're going to win. There's no way we're pulling a victory, you know? And I'm looking at them. 7 games, 6 wins, 1 draw. I'm sorry. Like, we're not even close to those stats. And this is not some fly-by team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is a proper squad. Proper. We didn't even talk about Wilfried Zaha because boy is a baller. You know what I mean? He's and he's going to give, because even when he was playing for Crystal Palace, he used to give us problems. You know what I mean? He was not an easy player.
Who could stop is injured.
Was Bissaka. Exactly.
So
and he's injured.
Dalot, you are on today.
You're on. Today we're relying on your defensive. You have to prove us. This is your match. This is your match to prove to us that you deserve to drop Bissaka. Because Zaha is going to give you hell. He's going to. If you're not ready,
he's going to leave you in the dust.
I'm gonna go with a 2-1 to Galatasaray.
Yeah, I mean, D, when you were explaining, like I had the same sentiment. Like I also am not very positive about us winning this game, just considering how on form Galatasaray are and the way we are not on form. Like I watched the match, the press conference with the manager. Man, he looks very calm. Now I know that like he looked very calm about how things are, and I also looked at the players' training, like not the full training, of course, but what they were showing. The players looked very relaxed, like there was no problem happening. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, I hope you guys are chilled, blasé, like this. You are going to fucking perform. Because
like you have something up your sleeve.
Yeah. Like, I want to see people upset, bro. Like I want to see determination in the eyes. Like I want to see hunger. Bro, he looked too chill. He looked too chill. And if we go and get smacked up, that for me is not going to show. It's not going to be a very good look. Because I'm like, what were you guys? What were you portraying? What was this Mr. Cool? I'm slick, relaxed. Yet you know that we are a problem. And I was watching the players, the body language. Everybody seems to be in a good mood. Everything is all rainbows and unicorns, bro. So I'm expecting. That's where my prediction was with the 2-2. But then again, I go back to real reality of our players, regardless of what they're showing. This, I am too chilled. What they did in the weekend showed that we are still not ticking. We are way off the mark. Like we are nowhere near any level. So what your prediction carries actually more weight than my 2-2, because I actually also believe that we are going to lose. Get this Mr. Cool thing that they're displaying. It's even going to reflect even bad on them, because bro,
like why were you so chilled about it,
bro? When you're going into these games, these other teams, when they're like they've been battered by another team and they have to respond. And then you look at the manager's press conference, like there's some determination. The players are like, nah, it's on. Like, we're not. The next opponents, hard days for you. You are next. We're gonna eat you alive. Bro, I didn't see that with us. I saw chilled guys. I saw guys who were kicking their feet up, man. They're in Ibiza, sipping at mojitos or whatever. Everything is so jolly good in Manchester. Everything is nice. That didn't sit well with me. It didn't, considering that, knowing that we could be smacked up. Like there's a high possibility we're gonna get smacked up, and then we see these guys just chilling. Like, I didn't like that. I didn't.
Yeah. Nah, I hear you. Nah, man. Thanks for that. And that's our match preview. Of course, the game's about to kick off in the next 2.5 hours. So we're definitely gonna be getting ready for that. And guys, let's go watch the match. Of course, we're gonna have our match reaction ready for you guys tomorrow. And any last remarks before we close off this episode?
I expect the big boys to step up, just as always, like the leaders. I expect them to step up. I don't expect to see people dropping their shoulders. United, we're so used to seeing their body language. We know our players. We see their body language. We know how they behave. We know some of them, they know how to disappear into the pitch. I don't want to see that, man. I want to see people doing the business. Now, I'm setting myself up but don't hurt. They're going to hurt me. I'm setting myself up for disappointment. But that's what I'm expecting. And because I'm expecting that, and if they don't, I'm going to open them another asshole. in the match reaction.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tear into them one time. I'm gonna
Yeah.
But obviously with love, it's like, remember when your mom would smack you and she'll tell you, I love you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna give them a tongue beating, and I love you.
Tongue lashing.
A proper tongue lash.
Yeah.
I don't want to get there. I don't want to get there. Yeah. So please, Rashford, please.
Yeah.
I know you'll never hear this. I hope one day you do, but just think about it. The more you give, the more you get.
100%.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening to this episode of the Glory Reds podcast. You can catch us on all your favorite podcast and listening stations: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Zencaster. You can catch us everywhere where we at. Don't forget to visit our website, gloryredsfc.co.uk. Visit our community page to join our WhatsApp group to continue with this conversation. We've got our social media links that you can also follow, and we have blog articles to check in on the latest club news, updates, and everything else in between. So thank you once again for listening to this episode of the Glory Reds FC podcast, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.